Alright, let's dive into something that still feels electric over 50 years later, Jimi Hendrix's debut album, Are You Experienced? Now, I'll be honest, when I first heard this record, it didn't just feel like music, it felt like a challenge. Like Hendrix was saying, here's the bar. Can you even keep up? And personally, I think that's exactly what makes this album timeless. It's not just a collection of songs, it's a declaration. A fork in the road, as they say. Rock before Hendrix. It was like a sketch. Rock after. A masterpiece. And Are You Experienced is where that transformation begins. What's fascinating to me is how Hendrix managed to bottle lightning. I mean, his live performances were legendary, playing guitar with his teeth, behind his back, like he was summoning sounds from another dimension. But translating that raw, chaotic energy into a studio album? That's where the magic happens. And here's where I think people miss the point, it's not just about the technical skill. It's about the attitude. Hendrix didn't just play loud, he played defiant. Like he was daring the world to catch up. And that defiance? It's baked into every track of this album. Now, let's talk about the sound. Hendrix's use of a 100-watt amp stack wasn't just a choice, it was a statement. This guy was loud in a way that made studios sweat. I mean, imagine being the engineer tasked with capturing that. Enter Eddie Kramer, who, by the way, worked with the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. But Hendrix? That's a whole different beast. Kramer didn't just record Hendrix, he tamed him. And yet, the album still feels wild. That's the genius of it. It's controlled chaos, and it's why Are You Experienced doesn't sound like a debut, it sounds like a manifesto. One thing that immediately stands out is the blend of blues and psychedelia. Hendrix didn't just borrow from his influences, he consumed them. Take Hey Joe, for example. Written by Billy Roberts, but Hendrix made it his own. What many people don't realize is that this song predates the Jimi Hendrix Experience, but it fits perfectly on the album. It's like Hendrix was saying, this is where I've been, and this is where I'm going. And then you've got Purple Haze and Foxy Lady, tracks that aren't just songs, they're moments. They're the sound of the late 60s, but they're also the sound of forever. Here's where it gets really interesting, Hendrix's peers weren't just impressed, they were intimidated. Pete Townsend of The Who said Hendrix made him feel like giving up. Think about that. One of the greatest guitarists of all time felt like hanging up his axe after hearing Hendrix. And that's the power of this album. It's not just innovative, it's intimidatingly innovative. It's the kind of record that makes you question everything you thought you knew about music. If you take a step back and think about it, Are You Experienced isn't just a product of its time, it's a time capsule. It captures the energy of the 60s, but it also feels like it's from the future. Even today, it sounds revolutionary. And that's what makes Hendrix Hendrix. He wasn't just ahead of his time, he was in a different time zone altogether. So, here's my takeaway, Are You Experienced isn't just an album, it's a challenge. It's Hendrix daring you to think bigger, play louder, and feel deeper. And personally, I think that's why it still resonates. It's not just music, it's a mindset. So, the next time you listen to it, don't just hear the songs. Hear the revolution. Hear the defiance. Hear Hendrix saying, this is what's possible. Now, what are you going to do?